Hello music fans, my name is August. I'm the musician behind Sea Housing, and I'm sitting here outside and I'm bringing you album of the week number 3.
I drove up to the city and found the place where you stayed up late when you said
As I film this essay along the roads of Ridge and Clark, very busy streets here in Chicago, I find myself looking for comfort, something that reminds me of the Pacific Northwest in cold, quiet, rainy days. So naturally, I turn towards one of the greatest indie folk albums ever made, The Glow Part 2. This album, produced almost entirely by Phil Evrim, is sort of a concept album, and it has a lot of ambient elements. You know, in between the quiet folk songs are very, very eerie tracks. Lots of instrumentals that sample audio like the foghorn from Twin Peaks. And apparently some songs are about his relationship with whatever girl he was dating at the time, which is present with some semi-risque lyrics. But overall, it's a fantastic listen. The opening couple tracks are, they bring you into the album with a little bit more rockiness. You know, I Want Wind to Blow has got this thumping rhythm that keeps going, that fades very well into this heavy metal, almost heavy metal intro of the titular track, The Glow Part 2, which has some of Phil Evrim's best singing. And then The Moon is this very eerie, somber, organ-driven song with this, every song has his signature plucky acoustic guitar, which is just genius sounding. it switches like from ear to ear. He must have recorded a million different tracks for that. Not to mention, this album was recorded entirely on analog equipment, which, listening to some of the things that he does with sound in it is a very, very amazing feat. Personal favorite track, The Mansion, is a very good blend in between the ambient tracks and the more folk rock tracks. It's got this pulsating guitar that switches almost randomly between chords and these very, very eerie lyrics talking about how there's no doorway into the mansion, and that signature repeated foghorn, a single note that plays also somewhat randomly throughout the entire album, start to finish. You can hear it in the background. Phil Evrim paints an extremely vivid depiction of the eeriness of the cold, rainy, foggy days of the Pacific Northwest, and the album just has this is an album that has an extreme aura, an extreme vibe to it. It's so thick with atmosphere, you have to listen to it all the way through, and it leaves you wanting more and more from it. And it's the only problem I would say with the album is there is a little bit of a decline with the energy after the first couple songs. The rest of the album is all perfect and great, but it really leans into the ambience, and I think making it a more evenly spread out album energy-wise would do it justice. So this album gets an 8.5 out of 10, because I wouldn't say there's any bad songs on it, but the experimentation gets a little iffy sometimes. But overall, this is an album that among frequent visitors of Rate Your Music, they see this one a lot. But this is an album that deserves the acclaim that it gets. It is a truly genius, masterful piece of work. Listen, The Glow Part 2, album of the week number 3. This video is a little late. Sorry, guys.